So Parliament stands divided again. The matter at hand being that of McG and the statements that he made last week regarding Umini Dlamini's cookie possibly not having a pleasant smell. Now, many South Africans commented on McG's statements, and in no time, many companies also gave their views on the statements made.
Bro, I'm telling you, man, there's got to be something wrong with her. Like maybe a coochie smells or something, bro.
No.
You know this happens.
Now, the Deputy Minister of Women, Youth
Especially
and
with the hot
People
girls.
with Disabilities, Umapaseka, had this to say about the podcast and its violation towards women.
Why does it have to?
You know, Katleho, I think if we're going to really end gender-based violence, we must end it where it starts. It shouldn't be ended when action such as rape or murder takes place. I'm regarding this because last year in November, together with the Human Science Research Council, we have released a report that have actually shown high levels of gender-based violence incident, but where they also emanate because we've normalized soft violence, we've normalized emotional, online, and various other nuances of violence, and we don't prevent it, we don't stop it. And this is why, actually, when you listen to Mr. Mukwebo's utterances, which has always been a problem in the public, there's an outcry, such as many other platforms that have joined. So that's why we're coming out to say part of ending gender-based violence is where it starts.
Now, Ukusela Digo, who is also the communications chairperson, had this to say.
A lot of backlash on the comments that were made by MacG. But I think for ourselves as a portfolio committee, the issue is not so much about MacG, but what it does is to put a razor-sharp focus on the issue of podcasts. Now, these are discussions that we have been having in the portfolio committee, and as I say, they just come into attention now because of the current furore around MacG. Let me tell you why this issue is important, Buddy. In South Africa, you have over 3.2 million people who engage with podcasts on a weekly basis. Now, that is the size of our biggest radio stations. I saw a report from PwC not so long ago, which estimated this number could rise to as much as 19 million. So you are talking about platforms that have a huge reach. And because they have a huge reach, they also have a lot of influence. Now, they operate in what we have said is a regulatory gray area. The legislation that we currently have, it's outdated. I mean, the broadcasting industry is governed by the Broadcasting Act of 1999. The broader sector, ICT sector, is governed by the Electronic Communications Act of 2005. And I'm sure you'll appreciate that when these laws were created, you did not have online media of the size that we do today. You did not have media that operates across borders. And therefore, it's important that our legislation is updated to be able to respond to the current challenges. And what we've been raising with the Minister of Communications in particular is that where you need to start is to accelerate the completion of the audiovisual policy, because then that will begin to bring these over-the-top services, the podcasts in particular, under the regulation and the governance of, amongst others, the Broadcasting Act, and therefore begin to create a code of ethics for them to be able to operate.
Now, the EFF's Sihle Lonzi has come in defense of MacG and his podcasts. Take a listen to this.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, Chairperson. I think I must start by introducing myself to the Minister. Minister, my name is Sihle Lonzi, Member of Parliament, deployed by the Economic Freedom Fighters. And I'm introducing myself, Chair, because I don't know this Minister. I'm seeing this Minister for the first time. When a 13-year-old girl gave birth in Sihle Hospital in Limpopo, teenage pregnancy, I never saw the face of this Minister. When cases of Cwecwe came, Boy in Matatiela, Alu, I never saw the face of this Minister. When last year, between, I think, October, December or so, there were more than 120,000 reported cases of teenage pregnancy in KZN, in Gauteng, Limpopo number 3, and I think Eastern Cape number 4. I never saw the face of this Minister. When the rape victims of Omotoso didn't receive justice, and the judge literally said it was as a result of the incompetence of the NPA in her judgment. effectively saying these people were supposed to receive justice, but because of the inefficiencies of the prosecutors, the NPA, a rapist is now free to roam the streets of South Africa. I never saw the face of this minister. So I don't know them. And I think really that then calls to question what makes this, if it is not grandstanding, if it is not populism, if it is not selective activism, why must Parliament be dragged to this particular case, which members have correctly said that perhaps if you are looking at cyberbullying, it can form within the ambits of the Portfolio Committee on Communications, Digital Communications, and the likes. When about half of the young people in South Africa are unemployed, remember this is a portfolio committee of women, youth, and persons with disabilities.
Now, this has caused a division among the people on the ground, as well as with many stating that what McG had said is wrong, but it doesn't hold enough weight for such attention, as South Africa has bigger problems and has more serious human rights violations than that has taken place with McG.
This cancel culture bullshit. Dude, let me tell you guys something. You've been trying to cancel us for years. We are uncancelable.
Period.
You cannot cancel us.
No one can fire us.
You cannot. You can try, but you won't succeed. You're either going to have to kill 300,000 people, and then there's no more chillers.
Or get them
Or
to
kill
all,
us.
or get them all to unsubscribe.
Yeah. It's bullshit, man.
So, Mina, personally, I think this is a very controversial situation. There are elements of disrespect, but also elements of revenge, as many had also referred to McG as a grapist after airing that episode with Jub Jub. Koto, guys, I honestly think it's time that McG needs to call it quits when it comes to using Minnie Dlamini's name.
There was a time she was the face of like a big alcohol brand, right? And they weren't renewing her contract. So she slept with like the brand manager or one of the top guys.
Oh.
So they renewed her contract for the
You see, you had
for the
files,
face.
Mossy.
You had files.
You had files.
Yeah.
She was the face of an alcohol brand.
Yeah, very expensive one.
A whiskey.
Champagne.
There's so many stories going around. Because even with when she was, well, apparently also, allegedly, is that she was cheating with her the ex-husband when she was with Kune. Because that's another story I heard.
Oh, when she was with Kune,
yes.
the richer nigga was
the
Mr. Jones.
Yes, Mr. Jones. That's
Jesus
another.
Christ.
Gee,
Yo,
Yeah.
it's wild.
And one of the DSTV bosses, you see now, like, it kind of goes in the whole story. Like, she also was cheating when she was cheating on the husband. She was with the a DSTV boss.
Hey, man.
One of the
Kumnandi
DSTV
car.
Hey,
executives.
wait. What a DSTV boss?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's wild, bro.
So now, this is not nice, man, you know, 'cause especially when you think like how some people always get gigs and whatnot, you know what I mean? I don't care who they sleep with, but when you hear now bosses of channels and you know, it's,
And
then you look back
that's
at
how
the
she
work.
got, well, they're saying apparently that's how she got, you know, her show, you know.
Yes, and that's my thing, bro. Like, I don't hate it, girls. Like, listen, we're all hustling. However you get your money, it's up to you. It's your body. You can do whatever you want,
Yeah.
right? But don't sell us a dream, a
Let's
lie.
got this shit on merit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, there's no difference between Minnie and Zoto Abantu. They're both selling pussy. One owns it, one doesn't. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's where my issue is. It's like, if you're selling pussy, just say, yeah, I'm selling pussy. That's how I get my shit. Kudos to you. Who are we to judge? We are not God. We're all hustling. We're all trying to get
But does
money.
she owe anyone an explanation though?
Yeah, like you see, like
She
for example,
does
I'll be
because
explicit.
she paints herself as the saint and as this person who works hard for money. And imagine how many girls want to be like Mini Dlamini
Oh.
or Mihlali.
And they
Until
don't
they're
know the
selling
actual-
false dreams.